Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. The Bloodline saga has been an ongoing WWE storyline for over 4 years now. The angle first really kicked off in the latter half of 2020 when Roman Reigns aligned himself with Paul Heyman and then the Usos. In 2024, there was a dramatic shift. Solo Sikoa took over the group. The freshly dubbed New Bloodline saw Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa join the ranks. Eventually, the original Bloodline reunited, and in the end, Roman Reigns won back the Eula Fala from Sikoa. Now, the future of the New Bloodline is very much in question. On SmackDown last Friday, Sikoa couldn't speak and simply walked out instead. Jacob Fatu looked confused and perhaps annoyed. This has led to many fans wondering if maybe Jacob Fatu is tired of Solo Sikoa. If he is, there could be a major coup in the future. The Samoan werewolf might soon take over the New Bloodline. If he does, what could happen? This article will look at several things that could go down if Fatu takes over the stable. Corey Graves deleted his tweet. More details here. Solo Sikoa joined WWE's main roster in the latter half of 2022. He did so as a member of the Bloodline, and soon became Roman Reigns' enforcer. As noted, this eventually led to Solo taking over the group last year after WrestleMania before losing the right to the Eula Fala just a few weeks ago. While Sikoa has been a heel throughout his entire tenure on WWE's main roster, he is not new to the role of a good guy. While on NXT, Solo was primarily a babyface and fans liked him quite a bit. Of course, his character was quite different. If Jacob Fatu takes over the New Bloodline, it could mean Solo Sikoa turns babyface. He could then shed the suit and the knockoff Roman Reigns gimmick and go back to being the street champion. From there, fans might actually get behind Sikoa again. There could be confusion in the marketplace in WWE right now. Technically speaking, there have been two groups running around with the name The Bloodline for the past several months. The New Bloodline, a nickname given to Solo Sikoa's version of the group, and the OG Bloodline, a nickname given to Roman Reigns' stable, are far too similar to coexist. Given that Roman Reigns won back the Eula Fala and the right to be called the undisputed tribal chief, it seems as if the New Bloodline should be the ones to lose the rights to the name. If Jacob Fatu takes over the WWE stable, he might not even want to keep it. He could see the New Bloodline as a failure that Solo Sikoa led and potentially start a new stable with himself, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, with a brand new identity. Solo Sikoa's feud with Roman Reigns was quite interesting, but some feel as if it was, on the whole, a bit lackluster. While Solo has a lot of positive attributes in WWE, an argument could be made that his in-ring work generally isn't a highlight of his. With Jacob Fatu, that is an entirely different story. The Samoan werewolf can deliver in a main event match and has done so in various promotions all over the United States. If he takes over the New Bloodline, he could do so again. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu could have a main event level feud that is one for the ages. Fatu is more than good enough to carry his own weight, but he also has an aura that could match Roman's. This matchup would feel completely fresh and exciting. Jacob Fatu's version of the New Bloodline, at least in theory, will feature 3 key members: himself, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. The latter, however, is out due to an injury. This would leave just Tama and Jacob. Thankfully, there is a big recruit Jacob Fatu could bring in to watch his back. Just as Solo was the enforcer and Jacob Fatu became one later, the Samoan werewolf could introduce his own enforcer of the New Bloodline, Hikuleo. Hikuleo is the younger, but much larger brother of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. The former New Japan Pro Wrestling star has reportedly been signed by WWE for quite some time and is awaiting his official debut. His debut could come by becoming the 4th official member of this new version of the Bloodline. The WWE Universe thrives on compelling storylines and shocking developments, and the prospect of Jacob Fatu taking over the New Bloodline on WWE SmackDown is the kind of seismic shift that could alter the landscape of the company. Known for his imposing presence and incredible in-ring ability, Jacob Fatu stepping into this dominant faction could lead to several captivating outcomes. Here are 4 potential scenarios that could unfold if Jacob Fatu assumes control of the new bloodline. 1. A leadership power struggle with Roman Reigns. If Jacob Fatu assumes control of the new bloodline, it could spark an intense leadership battle with Roman Reigns, the current tribal chief. Roman has ruled over SmackDown and the bloodline for years, cementing himself as one of WWE's top heels. However, Jacob Fatu's arrival would challenge Roman's authority in ways that no one else has before. With Jacob's Samoan heritage and credentials in wrestling, he'd have a legitimate claim to the throne as the leader of the Samoan dynasty. This scenario could lead to an explosive storyline where members of the faction, such as Solo Sikoa or the Usos, are forced to choose sides. Roman's ego and manipulation would clash with Jacob's raw intensity and charisma, resulting in a heated feud. The culmination of this power struggle could be a monumental match at a major pay-per-view like WrestleMania, where the winner claims sole ownership of the bloodline. The emotional stakes would be sky-high, with family ties on the line and the legacy of their Samoan lineage at the forefront. Jacob Fatu's reign as leader would likely bring a darker, more vicious edge to the bloodline. Unlike Roman's calculated and often manipulative leadership style, Jacob Fatu is known for his aggressive and no-nonsense approach. Under his guidance, the bloodline could transform into a faction that prioritizes sheer destruction and dominance over psychological games. This new direction could lead to the bloodline's increased involvement in brutal stipulation matches, such as street fights or Hell in a Cell. Jacob's leadership might also result in the group targeting not just SmackDown's roster, but extending their dominance to Raw and NXT. With Jacob at the helm, the bloodline could become an unstoppable force, leaving a trail of devastation wherever they go. This shift would cement the group as the most feared faction in WWE history. 3. An alliance with other Samoan wrestlers. Jacob Fatu taking over the bloodline could open the door for alliances with other Samoan wrestlers, both within WWE and potentially outside of it. Stars like Ricochet, The Rock, or even Tamina could be brought into the fold to legitimize Jacob's leadership and reinforce the family's dominance. This expansion would create endless possibilities for storytelling and dream matches. For instance, Ricochet's return could serve as a symbolic passing of the torch to Jacob, while The Rock's involvement could lead to a blockbuster rivalry with Roman Reigns. Tamina's addition would also bring a new dynamic, allowing the bloodline to dominate the women's division as well. Jacob Fatu's reign might even inspire outside talents such as former WWE stars or wrestlers from independent promotions to join the faction, creating a truly global Samoan dynasty. This expanded version of the bloodline would have the potential to dominate WWE programming across all divisions, ensuring that their influence is felt at every level of the company. 4. A civil war within the bloodline. One of the most intriguing possibilities if Jacob Fatu takes over the bloodline is the potential for a full-scale civil war within the faction. The new bloodline could split into 2 factions, one loyal to Jacob and his vision, and another clinging to Roman Reigns' established legacy. This internal conflict could bring back some of the most dramatic and emotionally charged storytelling WWE has ever seen. The Usos, known for their history of defying Roman in the past, could find themselves torn between their loyalty to their brother Solo Sikoa and their respect for Jacob. Meanwhile, Solo's role would be pivotal. Would he side with Roman, who has groomed him as an enforcer, or embrace Jacob's raw and unfiltered leadership? This civil war could culminate in high-stakes matches, such as Survivor Series-style elimination bouts, or even an Anoa'i family gauntlet match. The ripple effects of this feud would extend beyond the bloodline, influencing rivalries and alliances throughout the entire WWE roster. Fans would be captivated by the emotional and physical toll of this family feud, making it one of the most memorable chapters in WWE history. Conclusion: Jacob Fatu taking over the new bloodline on WWE SmackDown has the potential to be a game-changer for the company. Whether it leads to a leadership struggle with Roman Reigns, a new and ruthless vision for the faction, alliances with other Samoan wrestlers, or a full-blown civil war, the possibilities are endless. Jacob's unique charisma and in-ring ability would bring a fresh and exciting dynamic to the bloodline, ensuring that the storyline remains one of the most compelling in WWE history, with the WWE Universe eagerly anticipating what's next for the bloodline. Jacob Fatu's involvement could take the faction to unprecedented heights. The stage is set for drama, action, and unforgettable moments that would solidify the bloodline's legacy as one of the greatest factions in professional wrestling.